What's up, everybody? Nick back with you here today from Project Central, and today we are looking at this Etenwolf Vortex S6 tire inflator. They did send me this unit to review, but that's not going to have any bearing because we are actually going to test their claims. But let's unbox it first. Alright, I did actually unbox this a little bit earlier because I wanted to make sure we had a fully charged unit. When you first open it up, you have Etenwolf branded USB-C charger. It is nice that it's a nice big 45 watt charger. USB-C to C cord. This one's already, like I said, I've already used this one to charge it. And in the top here, you've got this air chuck looking thing. So we'll set that to the side. Inside, you've got the unit. It is a little bit bigger than I first thought it was going to be. They've got some pretty good claims on the Amazon reviews, and we're going to look at those here in a second. Set that to the side. What else is in here? We've got a quick start guide, just how to inflate the tires. Single-sided, not bad. Alright, support card. It's kind of nice. Leave that in there. And the user manual. Okay. Solid calibration certificate. Interesting. If you want to read that, you can pause the video and check that out. Says pressure range 160 psi. That is pretty interesting. So here are two tests we can do. We can do 275, 17, 25 to 35 psi. And they said they did it in 129 seconds. And then we can do a 275, 65, 18, 60 to 70 psi. They said they did that in 230 seconds. S6 air compressor. Okay, what is in the box? Air compressor, obviously. Air chuck. Oh, that's the one we pulled out earlier. High pressure hose, high volume hose, 45 watt charger, 1.8 meter USB-C to C cable, and this user manual. Okay, enough with the manual. Let's see if we can figure out... Oh, and not listed, the carrying case, carrying bag, which is nice. Nice that it's orange, safety orange, and seems like it's, you know, going to do a decent job. And here is the star of the show. I'm not sure how much it is on Amazon right now, but I'll post a link in the description if you want to go look at it. Okay, so it looks like everything starts with a start pause. Okay. Press and hold it down. 160 psi. That we are not going to set it to kill right now. We're going to set it to 35. 35 psi. So if we wanted to activate it, we would hook up whatever hose we're hooking up and hit start pause, and it would start. But there are a few different modes, right? 6 different modes. Manual mode, car mode, pickup truck, recreational RV, okay. Ball mode, so you can inflate balls. Bicycle mode, wait. Oh. Okay. I think this one, I think that's high volume mode. Because it does have a high volume inflator and deflator, which is cool for like air mattresses and stuff. And bicycle mode. I think I've got a bicycle with a flat tire, so that's handy. Units. So PSI, kilopascals, and bar. Kind of cool. We're going to leave it on PSI because that's the ones that I understand. And then, of course, this knob on the outside. Adjust the pressure, and you can see we are fully charged. I don't know why. Okay, first thought, I don't know why this is in tenths. I've never needed to set a car tire to 35.2 psi. And of course, light for roadside emergency stuff. It's not the brightest, but oh, that's much brighter. Wow. And strobe light. SOS? Does that say SOS? I am assuming it does. Okay, that's kind of cool. Kind of cool. And on the back, a few different inflating options and charging. You can do USB-C in and out, and USB charging out. I think they said this had like a... supposed to have a pretty big battery? I'll look up the specs and put them on. Here's something pretty interesting for the different modes. So car mode 0 to 50, pickup truck mode 10 to 85, RV mode 20 to 130, bicycle, it's really trailer mode. Bicycle mode 0 to 145, ball mode 3 to 16. So you can't put like 80 psi in a football. Manual mode is full manual, and deflation mode. Okay, so it's deflation mode, not high volume. Which maybe that's the same. That's unclear. Oh, it is SOS. Ha! Nailed it. Let's take this over to my Jeep. And unfortunately, my Jeep's got a flat tire. So let's go check it out. I'd say she's pretty flat. Alright, quick editor's note here. When I set up this first test, I thought I needed to have this air chuck attached to the tire, but I didn't. When you look through the instructions, which we're about to do, you'll see that the tire inflator screws directly into the valve stem, which I would have known that if I would have read the instructions better, but that's what's going on here. So this next section, we're going to go over the instructions, and you will hear a little bit in the background of the tire deflating, so I can set the test up again. So that's kind of what's going on here, just for clarification. So they have to do pictures for people like me. So you see, if you see this picture here, it does not have the, oh, and they're doing a Jeep too. They do not have the, I don't know if that's just a deflator, attachment, whatever the thing is. The air chuck. They don't have the air chuck hooked up there, if you can see that. No air chuck. And if you look in this picture too, no air chuck. So we're going to try this test again. Well, I'm going to say that it's pretty flat. Let's check out how this tire inflator does. Okay, we have our thing. We got it set at 35 psi. Tire is flat. Okay, we're going to try and start both at the same time. Stop our test. All right. 0 to 35 pounds in 9 minutes, 18 seconds. So, it's interesting. $30-ish pounds, 35-ish pounds, yeah. Pretty close. Fills a 31-inch tire in 1 minute, 30 to 35 psi. Gotcha. So it's topping off. It'll top off a tire in 1 minute. Let's try it. A little bit more. I'm going to say that is right on 30, roughly. We found out it takes a little over 9 minutes to air up this 33-inch tire. Let's see how much it takes to top it off. Okay, start, pause, hold that down. We've got 31.4. Okay, that's pretty close to 30. Okay, ready, set, go. Minute 25, that's actually not bad. That is not too bad, I don't think, because This is a bigger tire than what they're talking about. It's a 33, not a 31. So taking a little bit longer, it's more air volume. That's really not that bad. If you've got, you know, if you just need to top off your tire, that's pretty good, I think. Let's go fill up another tire. Okay, not bad. Battery is blinking though, that is for sure. All right, so one of their claims is it can fully inflate 4 truck tires on a single charge. Well, we did 2 tires from 0 to 35 on 1 charge. So battery life may be a little bit of a stretch. I don't want to fully come out and say that that's misleading, because these are bigger tires, not the exact correct test, but everybody stretches the truth about battery life, right? Everybody, like, it's optimal conditions. It is, I don't know, 75 degrees out here, beautiful, nice Oklahoma day. Even if this could only do 1 complete 0 to 35 PSI repair on the side of the road, that's still pretty dang good, I think, for a battery tool that's also got all these other extra features. So it's pretty good so far. Four completely flat tires is a stretch. 2 is not bad. I'm gonna recharge this. I'm gonna plug this in and recharge it, and then we're gonna test some more of these claims here in a little bit. It does say it takes about 2 hours to charge, so I'm gonna plug it in for a couple hours and see where it's at. Be right back. Alright, so we let this charge for a little while, and it is not all the way charged, but we have 3 bars, and girls want to go to the park, so it seemed like a good time to inflate the bike tires. So you can see this one's totally flat. Okay, here we go. Let's see here. Oh, this tube is good. Okay, so then you come over here and you select bicycle mode, 30 PSI. All right, let's see what it does. It's pretty quick. I'd say it works pretty good as a bike tire inflator. It also comes with an adapter here in the back for Presta valves for those road bike tires. All right, we're gonna go to the park. All right, back from our walk. Hey. Yeah, baby's helping. We are almost fully charged. It's been a couple hours. It did say it was gonna take a couple hours to charge. I can feel the batteries are pretty warm on the bottom, so they're definitely taking some juice. But this should be enough for our last couple tests. Let's check it out. For this next test, we're going to test the dynamic inflation test, this second one down, 60 to 70 PSI, 275, 65, 18. For example, a Ford F250 tire from the pressure 60 to 70 PSI. They said it took 230 seconds. So, we're going to test it. Fortunately, I've got a Ford F350, old square body, I'm going to call it square body. Right, OBS Ford, and we've got 3 bars on the Etenwolf Vortex. So we are going to turn it on. We're gonna change our mode back to truck, and we're gonna turn this to 70 pounds. 70. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. I need to put some air in this tire anyways. So the test is going to be from 50. Oh, look. All right, 50. See how it changed to 50? I'm gonna start it, and then we'll time how long it takes to go from 60 to 70. Oh, I was setting up the next test. I missed it. Mabel, we got to go back and review the footage. All right, I got my big helper here. All right, so on the dynamic test, it said that they spent 230 seconds to go from 60 psi to 70 psi with the 275/65 R18 tire. So, right. But we did it in 2 minutes and 40 seconds, which is quite a bit faster. After all of that, we did it faster than the calibrated test, which is pretty good. Oh, hey, you come back to help? Say hi.
Hi.
Hi, yeah. Which is pretty reassuring, I think. A lot of times, these calibrated tests are in perfect lab conditions and you can't recreate them. But I feel like this is pretty good. So let's move on to the next test. One of the other main uses for this they advertise is sports ball inflating. Yay, sports! So I've got a Deflategate official football, right? We're going to take our mode to sports ball. Automatically set at 8.5. Boom. One thing that I watched a few other reviews and I read bunch of the Amazon reviews. One thing that they don't mention that I've noticed kind of right off the bat is depending on the mode really does matter. Not just for the max PSI, but it really does matter in the sense that if you listen to it inflating tires, when it gets close to the set PSI, the max PSI, it does modulate how much pressure it's putting out. And when it was inflating this, I could definitely hear the difference. I'm going to play you two clips, right? This is what we just heard. And this is inflating the Jeep tire earlier. Notice the difference there? So that's kind of cool. I ran out of daylight tonight, and I got to go pick up some more supplies. Tomorrow we're going to test the high volume inflation. I've got some pool toys that we're going to finish up this review with. But so far I'm pretty impressed by this thing. Okay, day number 2 of testing. Etenwolf is all charged up, and I've got me a handful of inflatables. One of the things that I was excited about when they said they were going to send me this, when I was looking at the specs, is it does have a high volume mode. So that is super handy because summertime's coming up, summertime's right around the corner. Not just using this for emergency roadside stuff, but being able to use it for charging your cell phone when you're at the pool or the beach or whatever, and kids inflatables. If you're like me and you got some kids, there is always a ton of stuff to inflate at the pool or the beach or river or wherever you're going. And I'm excited to test this out because it has an inflate and a deflate mode. So let me show you how that works. So back over here at the desk, you've seen the high pressure hose we used for the tire inflations and the football we inflated earlier. But there's also these two ports here. There's an inflate and a deflate. This is the high volume. So you take this hose off the back and it locks in place. Oh, let's deflate. Reading this hard, right? Okay, and it securely locks in there. And then on the mode selection, you gotta click the one that looks like the breeze. And then we hit start. It is high volume mode, not necessarily high pressure. So we're gonna put this on there. This is the one to inflate the nozzles and stuff. I think you can use this for like an air mattress. I thought we had an extra air mattress, but we don't. We got rid of it. So I'm gonna use this and see how well it inflates some pool toys. And I'm going to use Micah's car as a workbench. He's not going to mind, I promise. First up, first victim, the Jumbo Beach Ball. These are going to be popular this year, I think. So this is going to be the real test. See how it's folded up, nice and flat? We're going to see if we can inflate and deflate it and fit it in the same packaging. Ooh, it's pretty big. Let's check it out. Hey, that's not too bad. Did it in a couple minutes. I'll post the exact time on the screen right here. Yeah, not bad. One thing about the high volume pump is it is not the same pump. It does not sound the same. It sounds like a fan, some sort of fan. So it's kind of cool that they've got two different, you know, fans or pumps or whatever you want to call them in there, because this would have taken me a while to blow up by the old-fashioned way. Let's just say that. Let's try another pool toy that's might be popular this year. Ozark Trail River Tube. I don't think this is necessarily for like towing behind a boat, but it looked like it was going to be a little bit bigger than one of the kids' toys. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. We'll check this out. Okay, glad I got this one, because this one has the bigger valve. You can see how much bigger this is than in the normal valve. Inflator hose fits just right. See how long this takes to blow up. There you have it. There you have it. This did pretty good. Like I said earlier, I've got some younglings running around. So when we go to the pool, I'm always having to figure out how to blow up, you know, 3 or 4 of these, a beach ball, floaties, all that type of stuff, so the kids and wife can enjoy it. One of the other things we have to do is we have to pack up and go home. So it did a good job inflating. Let's see how it does deflating. And again, you can see there's an inflate and deflate setting. So we're just going to move this over. Well, I'm losing my workbench, so we're going to move back to inside the garage. All right, we got it back on the deflate mode. Let's see how she does. Okay, a couple things. These have the little flappers in them, or I guess this one's got the big flapper in it, right? And you got to kind of make sure that that doesn't get sucked closed when you're deflating. But this is totally acceptable, right? We blew it up. We had fun at the pool, hypothetically. And now you're trying to get this fit back in your bag, or, you know, whatever. Hold it back up nice and flat. So one thing that's super handy is being able to deflate these, right? So so you had a day at the pool, day at the beach, whatever, and all your inflatable toys for the kids and wife and yourself, time to put them away. Being able to deflate stuff and put it back in its box or case, or if you have like a bag for all your stuff, being able to pack it away nice and neat and not have to spend, you know, an hour, 30 minutes, whatever, however long it takes you to try and roll this stuff up. This is pretty cool. Let's deflate this beach ball so it doesn't get popped. Look at that, there you have it. One deflated beach ball. Pretty cool. 'Tis pretty cool. I'm going to say that's a fit in the original packaging. How often can you say you got that accomplished? Alright, so some final thoughts of the Etenwolf Vortex S6 tire inflator. This thing's pretty good. When they first said they were going to send it to me, I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to do a review where you send me something for free, because I knew that I was going to be honest about it. And I was expecting to roast this. But I'm glad I didn't have to. This thing has earned a spot in my rotation of tools I use. So this has absolutely earned a place in my tool rotation. So let's talk about its primary purpose, tire inflation. It did better than I expected it to, and better than the spec sheet said it would. The one test we did on the truck, going from 60 to 70 psi, it did it faster than what even the calibration test said. And as long as it does in a reasonable amount of time, that's pretty good for a battery-powered tire inflator. We got a couple full inflations of the Jeep tires. Those are 33 inch tall, set 17 inch rim. You know, pretty standard. Larger SUV tires off, you know, all-terrain tires. So I think being able to fully inflate 2 of them is really good. Really, in an emergency, you need to make sure you can do 1, and this does 2, so pretty good. I'm not going to be able to talk right now about battery longevity. How long, are these good batteries? Are these going to be able to be batteries that can be charged and discharged over and over again? Time will tell. We'll do an update here in a while. For regular tire stuff, it does good. One little nitpicky complaint, like I said earlier, you don't need a 1/10 of a PSI, indicating you should do either whole or half PSIs at the most. You don't need to go 32.7 PSI. That's a little silly. But whatever. I get why they do that for maybe the lower settings, as far as like the basketballs and soccer balls and wanting to inflate stuff like that. But while we're on the topic of tire stuff, tire inflator is definitely going to get paired with my favorite tire plugger kit. I've got a video I'll link at the end of this video if you want to watch some more about this. But these two together are basically going to be my roadside tire repair kit for the foreseeable future, because I love this thing, and being able to plug a tire and then refill the whole thing with this, and being able to use this as like a flashlight and emergency roadside stuff. Very good. It's pretty cool to me that this has a ball and inflation mode. Footballs, soccer balls, volleyballs, basketballs, whatever you've got, this thing will inflate them, obviously. But I think the bigger picture here is that I think that this product is really designed around, I'm going to say dads, parents, because yes, you can inflate car tires. Yes, it's great for the roadside emergency stuff, but this is also something that I will be carrying with me. Ooh, that's the backside. This is something I will be carrying with me a lot, because kids need a ball inflated. You're going to the pool or the beach, you can do the big inflatables, which we just saw. It did really good on that stuff. But also, it's a portable power pack, right? Like I showed you earlier, the charging port here and a USB charging port, so that if you've got, in modern technology, our cell phones eat batteries. They're better than they used to be. But if you need to charge a phone, you need to charge another device, you need to charge something, this works as a power bank too. So yes, this is going in the emergency kit. I'm giving this a recommend. I was not expecting that. When they first emailed me and said they wanted me to review this, I was like, oh no, here we go. I'm gonna have to break some hearts. But this won me over. I'll post a link. Obviously, I'll post a link down below if you want to check it out on Amazon, and I'll post a link to the tire plugger kit as well if you're looking to put together a really solid roadside kit that's going to last you for a long time. I was pretty shocked at how good this thing was. I know it is about $100 right now, so it should perform well for this. But one of the things that I really like about this is the versatility, right? It does seem like it is made for the parents, you know, if you've got a family, you got a bunch of kids, you're doing life, and you need, you know, something happens, you can fix your tire on the side of the road. Phone dies, you can charge it. If you need a flashlight, you've got it. If you need to inflate something for the pool, you can do it all with this one this one inflator kit. Really good. I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10. There's a couple things that I don't like about it. One, the tenth of a psi thing. That's ridiculous. It's too fidgety, too finicky. That and the accessories on the back. I would have much rather preferred a little hatch, a little door, or something like that, where you can put some more stuff in here, right? But really good, really good. I'm giving this a recommend, and like I said, if you want to check it out, link in description. But thanks for watching. Do what you always do. Take care of one another. And we'll see you again next time back here in the garage when we're looking at more tools and other products. But let's connect down in the comments. Let me know what you think about this. And I'll see you next time. Bye.